Now, to start with today's session, I'll give you basic of retail, what retail is, what are the KPIs do exist in retail, correct? Uh, and any questions you have. Uh, so let me get started, guys. So what is retail? So guys, I will put it in very simple word. It can be goods or services, correct? Which is directly given to customers in the sellable format, and those goods are not resellable again. So let me define again. So selling of the goods or services directly to the end consumer is called retail. So if that is retail, then this picture will show you the very simplest format. Now, retail has grown so much that we have online retail and offline retail. So some of you might be asking, what is online and what is offline? So online, whenever there is no physical store exist, you go shop online and that is delivered to your place based on the address given. That is online. The offline store where you go to any of the stores nearby to you and you buy items from them. So this is the simplest way, of understanding a retail. Now, the key important aspect in a retail, can you go and buy from a manufacturer? Can you go buy from a wholesaler? Answer is no. There is a dedicated channel that we follow to procure things from a retailer. So the manufacturer manufactures things that is given to wholesaler passes that to the retailers, and the retailers pass on that to consumer. And this is the complete supply chain for a retail. Now, sometimes there are big retailers, those who bypass wholesalers, and they can procure from manufacturers as well. So we will be covering who are those retailers, what they do, how do they serve, and so on and so forth. So this was a basic definition. Now my idea over here is to get you guys understanding of offline, online, and different types of retail. Now, since 2020, because of the pandemic, you would have seen when government has asked us not to step out of the home, we started shopping a lot more things on online, correct? And that is how we have clearly seen a drastic change in the customer behavior ever since they have moved to online, right? Now, what is difference between online and offline? So you would see in the industry, people talk about two definitions. First is brick and mortar and second is e-commerce. So brick and mortar basically means a standalone store where you can physically see the items, where you can go, buy, touch and procure. That is called brick and mortar. The store that exists next to us, the stores that exist in the mall, stores, those are standalone stores, are all form of brick and mortar. The stores that does not have the physical presence, but they do sell items from the online platform is called e-commerce stores. The best example for e-commerce store is Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra. These guys, they have the apps where they ask people to come view their products and sell it across. Now, why brick and mortar store is required and why e-commerce store is required? What are pros and cons? So guys, brick and mortar stores are required where people like to touch, feel, buy the items, correct? For example, will you buy any ornaments or some kind of high value items on online? Unless and there is a heavy discount, very few people would like to go, touch, feel, try the items and then shop it. So if you look at the percentage of items that going to be returned to the customers are very, very less in brick and mortar, but that percentage goes very, very high on e-commerce. But the advantage on the e-commerce side is you don't need to pay any rent, which is the humongous cost when it comes to the store. So each model or each store, it has its own pros and cons. And to take the best of both the worlds, now most of the companies have become omni-channel. What do I mean by that? They also have the presence in the form of store, and they also sell items online. And they are taking best of the both the worlds and getting the new customers. Correct. Now, if you understood retail, the most important aspect I want you to focus on, what are the types of retail exist. You would go around, look around, you will see different types of stores. Somebody say Puma, somebody say Nike, somebody say a local shop next to us, somebody in the malls. So what are these types of stores? What do they sell? Why this type of store exists? So these questions will have in your mind. And with this session, I'll try to clarify this. The reason being, when you go and search for a job, or when you will get the job, you will get different types of retailers in the market whom you will work with. And the idea of this session is to make sure that you understand the nuances of retail in and out. So first is a convenience store. This store is, this is unorganized retail. Why do I say so? The reason being, the sales, these guys, they don't publish their balance sheets. Correct? We don't know how much worth of money do they make. But guys, just one number for your reference, retail is close to more than billions-dollar business. Correct? Now, in that, the 90% of the retail is currently unorganized. So imagine amount of power you have. In the convenience store, it's basically a small store that sells very high variety of items, but the stock will be less. So you would predominantly want to buy soft drinks, milk, curd, candies, chocolate, vegetables, small breads, eggs. So all the daily necessity items you would clearly see in the picture that you can go and buy from the local shop. Somebody say corner wala shop, somebody might say it's a nukkad shop. Correct? The any shop which is available next to your residential areas. Now, what is the advantage of having this convenience store? The biggest advantage that convenience store operates longer hours than the any other type of retail. So if you go to mall, you would say they have strict operations from 10 o'clock to 9 o'clock. But if you go to any shop which is nearby to us, they start their day from 6 o'clock, sometimes 7 o'clock, and they close by 11 or 12 o'clock. So the idea is longer working hours for them. You can easily get your day-to-day required items very easily from their side, but the margins they make is very high. The reason being, everything you buy from them is on MRP. MRP is nothing but the maximum retail price, which is given. So people cannot buy, pay more than that. I know some of the cold drinks people do charge cooling charges and all. That is not the right practice, but usually people should pay only the price which is labeled on the product. The biggest advantage you will get with the convenience store, apart from the easily availability next to you, is super fast service. They are extremely fast. Whatever you order, they are ready to give you, they're ready to deliver at your place at the faster rate. Correct? So this is one of the store. But most of the convenience stores are, are tying up with Amazon or Flipkart. The reason being, a lot of people are going online and placing their orders. And these orders are basically delivered from convenience stores. So understanding of convenience store functionality, operation is very important. Now, the second type of store that exists is the specialty stores. Now, as name suggests, these stores, they stack very less items, very less merchandise, but they sell very specific items. They are very focused, very niche in their sales. Such as you could see the dedicated audio equipment guys, the dedicated mobile shops, the dedicated jewelry and healthcare shops, clothing shops, musical instrument shops, beauty and health and care. Correct? So if you closely observe these stores, if you want to buy some XYZ item, you won't go to any big mall or something. You will explicitly go to these dedicated stores. These stores, they have two types of presence. Standalone stores also they have the presence, and they have the presence in the mall as well. But they sell extremely dedicated range of products, lesser range of products, lesser merchandise. The sales and the margins from these products are really, really high. These are very specific and the focus stores. So people know if they want to buy something, they will go to there. The example I'm showing on the left hand side, which is Nike factory. If somebody wants to go and shop the shoes, the jackets, they will go to Nike, correct? The sportswear, they will go to Nike. So Nike is dedicated store for shoes, such as you have another brands like Puma, you have another brands like Reebok, correct? Adidas. So these brands basically are affiliated with the kind of stores, the specialty items they sell it for. For girls, the best example I could give is the Tanishq. If you want to buy jewelry, you go to Malabar, you go to Tanishq, correct? These are the dedicated specialty stores where you get jewelries and the ornaments. If somebody wants to like burger, they will go to McDonald's. They will go to Burger King. They will go to KFC. So they are dedicated retailer with this specialty. And needless to say, if you want to buy pizza, you have Pizza Hut as well as Domino's. So this is specialty stores. And guys, now since data has become new oil, these specialty stores has emerged as one of the strong recruiters in the field of business analytics. The reason being, they want to know what is my customer behavior, what do they shop, when do they shop, why they came to me, and the biggest advantage they want to take is what my competitor is selling, at what price it is selling, so that I can induce those variables and do some kind of analysis and take strategic advantage. Departmental stores. Now, departmental stores, as name suggests, they have various departments. Some of them we call as sections. Now, if you go to the Pantaloons, Lifestyle, Max, or any other retailer, particularly fashion retailer, you would see various departments are there. What do I mean by departments? If you want to buy men wear, you will go to men's section. If you want to buy women wear, you will go to women's section. If you want to buy something for the kids, little ones, then you will go to the kids section. So the dedicated department for dedicated products is the specialty of departmental stores. They sell very specific type of products which are available in each of the department. The inventory level carrying is high. The margins they make is very, very high. Retailer of such store criteria exist as standalone stores also. They also exist as the in the malls as well, correct? So the people usually go in these stores because of the ambience. The kind of ambience they have maintained is really, really good, and they predominantly target customers from family, family type of customers, or the young customers, those who come, those who want to try new things, and they are more towards fashion side. So departmental stores usually sell apparel items for family or household items. They also sell home furnishing items and the appliances. So in the example, I've shown you, example of the fashion retailer, but there will be existing similar to like Chroma, which is also department stores where you get AC at one end, TV is in another end, washing machine is an another end. If you go to home center, you will find furniture in another section, kitchenware in another section, as well as the home improvement and the home improvement items in the another section. So having the dedicated sections in each of the department, that gives customer a good visibility of the products. They can go to dedicated department directly rather than roaming around entire store, and they can buy. So these are larger in format. So convenience store was smaller. The specialty store was little bigger than the convenience store. Departmental stores are further bigger than the specialty stores. These are large format apparel department. Examples I have already given: Pantaloon, Max, Lifestyle, Shopper Stop, West Side, Home Center. These are classical example of department stores. This is very, very important because most of the retailers what we have, they are department stores. And understanding the department stores is utmost important because this is one of the highly uh, you know uh, highest. Most of the retailers are this type of retailers, and they take business analysts, those who understand complete functionality of the retail. So you might be seeing, what is the inventory level? Do I carry lot of inventory in department stores? Do I carry lesser inventory in departmental stores, or how is it? So inventory management is one of the key aspect in departmental stores. If you stack lesser, there'll be stock out. That means the item is not visible to your customers, and because of huge competition, the customer will go and shop somewhere else. You don't want to happen that. If you stack lot of amount of inventory, if it is unsold, it's a fashion. If it's unsold, they'll be lost. So inventory management, pricing aspect is very, very essential in departmental stores. And it is needless to say, customer value management or marketing is applicable across all these stores, what we are going to see further. So people are getting a lot of jobs in the market pertaining to inventory management, pertaining to pricing, pertaining to marketing analytics. So all these will be covered in subsequent sections in detail. Now, everybody's favorite, which you see, which because we buy groceries for us, correct? So I'm clubbing supermarkets and hypermarkets. There's a only small difference between supermarket and hypermarket is basically the longer space, more space. So if you see two stacks of the item next to each other, we call them as aisle, correct? So the spacing between aisle is little more in the hypermarkets compared to supermarkets. These are further bigger in size than the departmental stores, correct? Here you will only get more of the food items and household items. The size is really gigantic. 20,000 square feet to 40,000 square feet. It's humongous in size. It can accommodate at the same time close to 2,000 to 5,000 people. That won't we see across previously three formats, correct? They offer products at the discounted rates compared to the market. So the same product might be available in the convenience store. You buy that at MRP. But when you go to the supermarkets or hypermarkets, these products are available at the little more discounts, correct? They stack humongous amount of inventory because a lot of customers footfall are coming to their stores, and they maintain the right level of inventories so that the products are available, product varieties are available. Even if you go to chips, what I'm highlighting, they will see close to 10, 20 different types of varieties available because customers can come and shop any type of chips, any type of curd, any type of juices. So they need to stack that. So high variety, high inventory, bigger space are the attributes of supermarkets and hypermarkets. The classical example I would give is the supermarket is Spar supermarket. If you go to Spar, or you would see you will get groceries, you will get vegetables, you will get home improvement items as well. And the classical example of hypermarket will be Big Bazaar, where you get a lot more than, you also get clothes, you also get some accessory items apart from that. More is another classical example of a hypermarket. In the picture on the left hand side, I have clearly shown the difference between supermarket and hypermarket, correct? In the supermarket, the image which is extremely left, correct, where the people are also shown, that is example of hypermarket. The reason being, you will see a lot of space available for customers to roam around. The aisles are very neatly stacked, and the difference between two aisles is very, very high. Whereas the picture on the right hand side after the red line is basically example of supermarket. They're also neatly stacked. Everything is properly visible for the customer, but the difference between the two aisles is very, very less. Supermarkets and the hypermarkets, correct? Let me give you the laser pointer. I hope you can see the laser I am highlighting, correct? The, the left hand side is the classical example of the hypermarkets. The spacing, the amount of space you would see between these two aisles is very, very high. The difference between these two is called aisle, correct? The open space. Now you could see people are easily roaming around. They can see items neatly stacked, bigger in size, so they are hypermarkets. The supermarkets, the difference between two aisles are very less. The product are extremely neatly stacked, correct? Okay. Now, most of the retailers, food chain retailers, like More, Spar, Big Bazaar, Future Group, these have the requirements for a lot of business analysts. So understanding this kind of retail store is a lot more important. Now, moving back to the fifth type, okay, is the discount stores. So Walmart is basically, the revenue of Walmart is more than $400 billion. So they are the largest retailer in the world. Most of their stores are located in US. They sell everything under the sun. You ask anything, you will find that item in the Walmart stores. They are extremely bigger in size. And they offer most of the things at the discounted price, correct? In India, if you want to associate those who did not heard about Walmart, the example you could think of is DMart. If you go to DMart, everything is on the offer. You will see market price and the DMart price, market price and the DMart price, correct? DMart is humongous in size, big in size, and they offer all the items at the discounted price. And these type of retailers, why they are able to afford to sell at the discounted price is because they are going and buying their inventories directly from the manufacturer. There is no middleman. Okay, so there is no middleman. So if there's no middleman, they don't have to pay anything to the middleman. So they can negotiate good deals directly from the manufacturer. They can buy more of the inventory, stack it in their warehouse, and give at the discounted price to the customers. These type of stores, they sell a lot of products with high amount of inventory, correct? The only disadvantage with discount stores is the service. It takes a lot of time for you because it is discounted. A lot of customers come to the store, they buy, so you spend more amount of time in the queue. And most of the items you have to go and find yourself. Very few will be available in the stores to help you out where you will find that item, correct? Now that is the, so as you go big, you will see each store has pros and cons. So if you look at the departmental stores, every department has its own dedicated guy, correct? If you ask them, they will come along with you. They will give you something to trial and then you will buy. But in the discounted stores, they'll only guide you. Take right, take left, you will see next to this, you will see next to that, and signages and so on and so forth. So you have to go and buy items or search by yourself. So serviceability is low. So under discount stores, what type of problems you will solve? The biggest importance for them is NPS. What is my net promoter score? How many customers did I satisfy rightly? Inventory, needless to say, inventory is another right aspect for all the stores. Retail is all about managing inventory, guys. And there's one dedicated session I am going to take on the how to manage the retail inventory, and I'll make all of you the ninja or the best in the market when it comes to the inventory management. And that is where my specialty also lies. Now coming back to the discounted stores, they will sell a lot of broad range of the products at the lower price. So second aspect for the discounted store is how much discount shall I offer to them? So pricing analytics comes into picture. So what is the right price point in the consumer's mind that they will shop more? They'll also do a lot of bundling of the product. They'll always give you buy one, get one kind of offer or buy two, get three offer, correct? So with that mindset, people tend to buy more, and people go, as somebody has said, people go in the discounted stores to buy the groceries, buy the items that required for a month of consumption. Cover the entire basics for all of you, that what different type of store exist, and then what are the function exist in them, and what kind of problems we will get and try to solve, which will be covered in next subsequent sections.